Hi, welcome to Victoria Knits. I'm Victoria, and today is October 13th, and yes, we have had snow the last couple of days here in Montana. It's very pretty. You can find me on Ravelry as VictoriaJean and on Instagram as VictoriaJean W. And I'm wearing a new to me sweater. Actually, I bought this this past summer at a yard sale. Community yard sale that was held here. It's made out of 100% cotton, and it cost me $2.50. So I'm very pleased with it. So first, I'd like to show you a hike that Kim and I took recently in Glacier National Park. We wanted to get this hike in for quite a while, but I'm glad that we saved it for the end of the year because, as you can see, the fall foliage was beautiful. We saw just 2 people on this hike and no bears this time. Hi. Kim and I are probably on our last hike for this year. It's October 4th. We are in Glacier National Park again. We have hiked up to Apgar Lookout. It's about a 7-mile round trip hike. You do an increase of elevation of about 1,800 feet. So it was pretty steep on the way up here. We are at an elevation of about 5,400 feet. From here, you can see all of the peaks in Glacier National Park that are above 10,000 feet. I wish it was a little clearer behind me, but there are still at least 2 fires going still in Glacier National Park. One further up north, but one is right behind me. It has caused road closures, and there is still quite a bit of smoke in the air as it still continues to go on a little bit. So we have seen some snow on the way up here, passed by some snowy patches, so hopefully that fire will, Mother Nature will take care of it pretty soon, I'm hoping. Apgar Lookout and the small area around the village of Apgar was named after a person called Milo Apgar. He was born in New York State. He moved out here, and he and some friends decided to try their hand at farming in this area. Well, they soon found out it wasn't good for farming, so they turned to trapping and hunting and fishing. And then when people got attracted to Glacier National Park, they offered the service of tours and backpacking and horse tours and boat tours and cabins for rent and all kinds of things. The park was established in 1910, and Milo and his friends were here in the late 1800s. So they were kept busy with a lot of park visitors at the time. I wish you could see Lake McDonald Lake. It's right behind me, but it is so smoky right now. You can just make out the shoreline, and that's about it. But the lake goes on for quite a while. It would be a gorgeous view if it weren't for that smoke, but that's how it goes sometimes. Okay. So, to some knitting. Not a whole lot, nothing too exciting. I finished the socks. This pair is for Kim, and this is the Christmas socks I dyed for myself. I got them both finished. They are on sock blockers, thanks to Kathy at the Yarn and I. And I love them. I think they turned out really well. I had a lot of fun. Well, I'd like to say I had a lot of fun dyeing these. But at times it was a real pain in the neck. You can look at my previous podcast to see how I dyed this self-striping yarn with food coloring. And I highly recommend everybody try it sometime. It's a lot of fun. I knit these socks toe up, which is my normal way of knitting socks. I did the fish lips kiss heel in both of them, and I just did a simple 2x2 ribbing all the way up. I like a nice firm grip on my socks. I think Kim does too, and we look forward to wearing these. Hi, Kim and I are in the town of Whitefish, about 35 miles from our house. We are at Octoberfest. This Octoberfest, this is the second weekend it's been going on. It's quite the event here in Whitefish. And I want to point out that I knit this hat for this occasion. I won this pattern from Sasha at Sasha Knits Podcast. She had a giveaway and I won this pattern, and so I knit this hat, and thank you, Sasha. The hat has turned out very appropriate for today. It's been really fun. The hat pattern is from her mother, Marina Hayes. Sorry. I'm also entering this hat in 2 knit-alongs. I'm going to say knit-alongs instead of cows, because I noticed that some people were confused by the cow. They thought I was saying COWL and not KAL. And I get that, because when I first started watching podcasts, I had no idea what all this acronym stuff was about, what CAL was or MAL was or all that. So knit-along. So I've entered this in Liz at Just One N is having a hat knit along. I entered it in that. And Lynn at Sunshine and Bubblegum, and my pen pal Patty, hi Patty, at Four Boys and an Edel Girl are having a fall knit along, and I've also entered this hat in that. So it's been kind of fun. Also, I wanted to talk about the cow, COWL, I have on. It is the Global Nomad Cow by Helen Stewart, and the yarn I knit it with is by Lolo Did It, and it's called Cornucopia. I get a lot of compliments on this cowl. It's really pretty. I really like it a lot. Anyway, so Kim and I are going to be enjoying the activities here at Octoberfest. It looks like it's going to be a real blast. My daughter and her husband came last weekend, and they loved it. So we thought we would try it out, and so far it's been fun. So I'm sure I'll include a lot of pictures and some video of what happens here. So see you later. I won't show you too many pictures. There was lots of beer to drink. There was lots to eat. There were competitions. There was dancing. And here's Kim looking extremely happy to be there. So I also did some yarn dyeing in the past few weeks. It's been like almost a month since I last podcast. But I did some yarn dyeing and I decided to do it indoors. So what I did was I measured out yarn to 194 inches total around 2 chairs in our basement in the hallway there. And then I marked one half to dye in black, and the other half I divided up into purple and orange. And I bought these neon colors for the purple and orange just in the bakery aisle at the grocery store, and they worked really nicely, as you can tell. I like the results. Also for the toe, what I did for that was I took the toes, heels, and cuffs. I took a mini, and I just put the undiluted colors of the yarns I was using into a little dish. I added green this time, and I soaked the mini in vinegar and water for half an hour, and then I squeezed out most of the water, laid it out on a cookie sheet, and then using a plastic fork, dipped the fork into the undiluted dye and just dotted the mini with it. And I made sure I turned it over and dotted the other side. Then I laid it on a cheese grater because I don't seem to have anything better, and then steamed it on top of the stove, and that seemed to work really well. I'm very happy with the results. So there's another way to do self-striping yarn that's maybe a little simpler that you might want to try. I really liked it. I think they turned out really nice. These will be my Halloween socks. So that was a lot of fall stuff, and I was going to say it's a favorite time of year for a lot of people, and it is. I don't think I have a favorite time of year. I think I love all 4 seasons. I really do. I think they're all great. I can't imagine living without all 4. But I was just kind of wondering if you planned some fall activities, if you were doing something for fall this year, and what it was. Do you have Octoberfest in your area, or some kind of corn maze, or haunted house, or I don't know. I would just be interested to hear in the comments if you have something that you're doing for fall this year. Also, I recently finished a pair of gloves for my friend Carol. This pattern is called Titbirds, and it's named for these beautiful little birds. So this was a lot of color work. I won't put the left one on because I have kind of a pokey ring and I don't want to mess it up. I love the way they turned out. I hope my friend Carol likes them too. I'm going to send them to her for her birthday. There were, as usual, a lot of ends to weave in, but I got them done. Carol taught me how to knit, retaught me how to knit. We've been friends. Carol and I have been friends for probably 30 years. Yeah, I think I can safely say 30 years. And about 15 years ago, she's always been a good knitter, and about 15 years ago, I wanted her to teach me how to knit again. I knit a little bit in college, but nothing worthwhile. So she taught me how to knit again. She taught me how to knit socks. She was very patient with me. And we are very different knitters. Carol has never done color work before like this. She likes to do felting, something I have not done. Carol is also the kind of knitter who can look at a pattern or start knitting a pattern and read the instructions and say, well, I think I could do this better. I am not that kind of knitter. I like to do as the pattern calls for. I'm kind of the same way when I cook. Like I like to follow the recipe. My daughter is not like that. She'll just throw in whatever. She does what she feels like, and Carol's the same way when she cooks. I like to follow a recipe, and then I like to see how it turns out. And then if I think it needs changes, I will make changes the next time I make that recipe if I like it. Which one are you? Do you follow the pattern or do you mess around with the pattern? I think it's very interesting. I don't think I would call either kind of knitter or chef, or whatever you want to call it, cook. I don't think I would call either one of them better or smarter or whatever. They're just different personalities probably, huh? Right? Also, I wanted to mention that my friend Linda at the podcast Joey's Scarf is having a make-along. She's having a Christmas or holiday stocking make-along. I can't remember which one it is. Her idea is that everyone will make stockings and then we'll do an exchange and kind of fill the stockings with things before you send them. So I have one finished. I thought I'd start with this one. It's from a pattern that I won. I won one of these from SSK Yarners in a giveaway, and then I bought another one. And each pattern includes five different stocking patterns. So your hardest decision is deciding which one you want to knit. I have the second one, I have number 2 going. I thought I would send them as a group of 3 because, I don't know, they're kind of small, right? So I thought a group of 3 would be nice. And besides, I don't want to stop knitting them. They're pretty cute. Also, Linda mentioned that she thought it'd be, some of the stockings she showed didn't have traditional Christmas colors like, red and green. And so she thought that was kind of fun. And so I thought I would continue with that idea too. I thought that was really cute. So join that make along if you feel like it. Joey's Scarf. So something else I've been working on lately is this little mouse pattern by Wendy at the podcast Baba Yaya. If you haven't checked her out, you really should. She has a really nice podcast. She's a great knitter and she designs patterns. This little mouse pattern cost $1. So far I've made 5 of them, and they're really easy to make. They're really cute. What she suggests is you get some catnip and you put the mice with the catnip inside a plastic bag so the mice absorb that catnip smell and then give it to let your cats play with them. That's what I plan on doing. Wendy has some great patterns and very reasonably priced. I really want to make this Clifford the Big Red Dog hat for one or all of my grandchildren. I can't decide, but I think it's a really cute hat. I bought it the other day and the pattern costs just $3.50. So really, her patterns are very reasonably priced. She has socks and shawls and other things, so you might want to check her stuff out. And her podcast. It's a short one. She likes to call it like a lunchtime podcast, like 30 minutes. Something else I've been working on is another Christmas project, another Christmas gift project. I'm doing some more of those Fruit Loop gloves out of this yarn. And I'll put the yarn across the bottom. I think it was Bluebell Woods. by Bigfoot Fibers. I won this in a contest. I love this Fruit Loop pattern, and I can't wait to get these gloves finished for this person. I think they'll really like them. Very pretty. So yes, it is chilly out here. It's about 32 degrees. It's starting to spit a little bit of snow on me. I think Kim and I plan on just hanging around the house. I will knit all day. We have a fire going in the wood stove, and I'll probably be drinking some hot tea and doing a lot of knitting. It should be pleasant as we watch the snow come down. So I just want to thank everyone again for watching. If you're a viewer that's come back, thanks for coming back. If you're a new viewer, I hope you enjoyed it and that you'll return. Hit the like button if you like, and subscribe if you like. I would also like to point out that the off the porch segment this time was all filmed at dusk, and especially the last segment is quite dark. I tried to lighten it up a little bit, so I apologize for that. Watch for my purple pajama pants right at the end. You'll see them for just about a second, and then you'll see where we were situated. We were not being as silly as maybe it appears. We had the front door right behind us, and we were very aware of how quickly we might have needed to escape. So anyway, there's that. So thanks for watching as usual, and goodbye from Montana.